Alright, welcome to my first video of this game, Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, and what I believe in front of you is the fastest drag race car, I'd say drag car in this game. It's an RS5, it's a custom RS5, I eat my V8, with an engine swap from a Koenigsegg, which is a slight mod of the config files just so I could fit it. But this thing is an absolute beast, and I've looked all over YouTube and I can't find anybody that has a time even a second away from this thing. It's an absolute beast. You can see the engine barely fits in there, but it is a supercharged V8. Yeah, this was in a Koenigsegg, I believe, either the Era. I don't remember which one, but it is in the game. And you can see we have the worst fitment in history, which is absolutely necessary to put this power to the ground because this car makes over 4,000 horsepower. And I will run a dyno so you guys can see that, but absolutely the highest number I've seen without like custom modding the horsepower or numbers in the game. Yeah, this thing's a beast. It's crazy fast. I've dialed it in over countless hours and hundreds of runs. I'll actually show you quick the tuning here. Yeah, as you can see, this gear ratio is, these ratios are insane. As you can see here, we have first gear going up to 120 and 180 for the second gear, and yeah, you can see that this is just absolutely obscene when you look at gear ratios. But I've tweaked this a lot, and this is about as close as I have come to putting down the power in the best possible way without spinning out of control. You can see plus 16%. But yeah, I'll do a quick dyno run. I won't make this too long. You can see here, this is the stock, the factory numbers, 14 horsepower. I'm pretty sure this thing is almost completely 3-starred. It may not be. There's some parts that aren't. So like, honestly, this is sorry, this audio might get loud. As you can see, 4,276 horsepower. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. So that's what we're rolling with. I'm going to show you. I'm going to run an eighth, quarter, half, and a mile and show our times. But I don't think I've seen anybody put these numbers up. I'm pretty consistently running 4.5 second. 4.5 second eighth mile, 6 second quarter miles, 6.5 seconds, somewhere in there. A sub 10 second half mile. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm running sub 10 in the half mile with this thing. And I'm right on the edge of breaking 15 second in the mile, which I think the fastest I've seen on YouTube or anybody mention is like 19 seconds. So I don't know what I did with this thing, but I've really got it dialed in. But to be like 3 seconds faster in the mile from anything I've seen is pretty insane. So let's take it to the drag strip and get to work. I just finished this GTR as well. This thing's pretty quick also. Not nearly like this RS5, but the beast. Here we go, let's take her for a spin. I'm going to cut through this because of the mods. It takes a while to load in between screens, and we'll come back once it loads. Alright, here we are. I'll do a practice run and show you guys. I'm actually playing on a PS5 controller. I kind of go back and forth between mouse and keyboard and controller depending on how I'm feeling. We'll try this. Running both slicks. This is all-wheel drive. That's why I have fat tires that don't fit on both front and the back. It's the only way to keep this thing from not spinning out like crazy. Obviously, anything over like 1,000 horsepower gets pretty crazy. 1,500 probably, but 4,000 is just unreal. And you'll see. But I've really dialed this thing in. I'll do 8th mile against. I'll select the fastest car in the game, and you can see how dominant this thing really is. I think it's the Unicorn, but I'm not sure. It's either that or it's the Huna Pegasus. RIP can block. Let's see, where is it? 650. Yeah, I think this thing technically, I mean, this has a higher stock. We can do both. We'll do slicks. I'll just crank this up to 100. As you can see, I have 147%. That can go higher. I think that can go well past 150. I don't have everything at 3-star, like I said. Okay, 117.65 is what we can go to. Let's just start and see. This is also a LIT edition of the RS5, which is, it is like a workshop item, I believe, or a DLC. I'm not sure, actually. I think it might be a custom mod. All right, here we are. I think we're just gonna let it go. I finally got it so I can actually run it in first gear. I was having to run it in second forever for the longest time. But I figured it out so I can run it in first, and I'm shifting around, I think 80 or 90 miles an hour. And yeah, so let's let it rip and see what happens. All right, let's see. 4.446 in the 8th mile. So we are consistently sub 4.5, right around 4.5. Decent reaction time. Not phenomenal. But yeah, 1.6, 60 foot, 3 second, 330 foot, and 1.2, 0 to 60. Pretty insane. A 0.8 60 to 100 is also, sub 1 second is just unreal. So, yeah, that's the 8th mile. Let's rip in the quarter mile. Same thing. I'll give you, let's do the, I think this one might be the fastest, right? Street, yeah, it's this one. Oh, that's what it is. You have to do this one, and then you give it slicks, and then, I mean, I'll max this thing out. It's not even, I mean, it's close. It's within a second, but I believe, but in terms of drag, it's this thing is just insane. Like I said, I think we're running consistently 6.5 second, right around there in the quarter mile. So let's see if we can just show them for you guys. Yeah, it's not even close. Look at that. 235 miles an hour in the quarter mile, 6.6. Yeah, we're a full second faster than this thing. Pretty insane. 182 miles an hour in the 8th and 236 in the quarter mile. Yeah, like I said, just absolute beast. This thing is just so dominant. Let's do the half mile now. Sorry, I'm just skipping through this part because I just want to make sure. I mean, this is the fastest car in the game, basically. The one I created, but also this one, the AI, the Unicorn. I don't know what else to really race, honestly. I mean, that thing is still insanely fast, like 5 point whatever second, and the 8th is just insane. All right, let's see, half mile. Let's see what we can do. I think we're going well over 300 miles an hour still. Yeah, 305. 9.8 at 303 in the half mile. I don't know if I mean, I haven't seen anything on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's getting close to these numbers. I'd love to see, but I haven't found a thing. I mean, the fastest half mile I've seen people post is like, I don't know, I think 15 seconds, maybe 16, 14. I have to double check, but nothing near this. Absolutely nothing near these numbers. So I'll do one more for the mile. so you guys can see. But then yeah, I'd love to see if you guys have built any crazy 3,000-4,000 plus builds and got it down, dialed in, that you can keep it on the road, because it took a lot of work. But yeah, as of now, it's still from what I can find, the fastest car. And I probably spent, it wasn't nearly as much as you think. A lot of scrap though. 3-starring parts takes forever. That is honestly the most tedious part of putting a crazy engine together. But I think I did this with well under 100,000 in cash. It was really the first car that I built, like fully built, when I got enough money to really build a car. And so that's why I was excited to do it. So, all right, here's the mile. I'll shut up and let you guys watch and see what we can do. 150. 300 miles an hour. 365 miles an hour on the mile. 15.2. I've gotten under, or really close to 15, breaking 15. I can't quite get there, but this is still, like I said, by far the fastest times I've seen. 4.4 in the eighth. 1.2 in the 0-60, like we've seen. 9.8 in half, 6.5 in the quarter. Yeah, RS5 LIT Edition 2024. This is it. This engine, as far as putting as much power to the ground as possible, the V8, this Koenigsegg, the Supercharged M, I believe is when you look at just displacement, I mean, there's some V12s that are actually bigger, but this puts down the most power. So try it out. You guys can get the custom engine swaps in the files. It's really easy. All you have to do, I'll literally show you here right now quick. You gotta, there's some setup you guys have to do. There's there's a QLL mod, but I would look at Nexus. I think it's nexusmods.com. You can see if this is a config file of this actual car, the LIT Edition you can see here. All you have to do is get this list of engines right here. There's a section right after interior called engine. It's section 6, and there's I don't know what you call this, but it's a section called swap options equals, and it puts, I think there's only one option by standard. I just put all of them. You can find this list. It's really easy, and you literally just copy and paste this in here, and you can do it on any car. All this does is allow you to put any engine in that specific car body. Some of it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. It's going to look weird in a lot of them. Like it'll allow you to put an engine in pretty much anything, but it doesn't mean it's going to work. In this one, there was enough space in the engine where it's not breaking anything. You can see this is the stock was a V6 37N. So, but this is how. So like you can see, I put I don't know where this specific engine is in this list. It's somewhere in here. V8. I'm just trying to look and see. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, as long as you have this in here, you can swap any engine into pretty much any vehicle. So, okay, I wanted to come back and explain exactly where to find the config file in your files. This is only on PC, by the way, so I don't think this is possible on console. But the way to find it is you have to find your Steam folder in your computer, wherever that is. I have it in like a separate storage drive on my computer. And then under the Steam folder, you'll find a folder called Steam Apps. You go in there. This RS5 is actually a workshop item that I added. So it's in a separate folder. If you want to custom engine swap any of the workshop cars, you're going to have to go into this folder. So I'll show you that first. It's Steam Apps, Workshop, Content. And then this specific, I think this is the game. They're just random numbers. So you have to figure out, you have to dig into the folders and figure out, this may be, if you have a lot of games in Steam, this may be with like workshop items, this may be really difficult. But once you find it, you will know and just remember this number. For me, it's this 119 with 4 zeros. And then this is every workshop car. Again, it's just randomized numbers. I don't know how they designate this, and you also can't change the names of these folders. I tried to start labeling them so I remember if I want to adjust anything else. But I know that this RS5, I believe is this 314 number. Yeah. And so when you find the item, so this is for workshop vehicles, and I'll show you for the regular stock vehicles as well. But these config.txt files you can open in a text document. These are the files you're going to be looking, and this is what I'll show you in the video how to edit it. I'll show you, this is what it actually looked like. So that's for workshop items for cars. If you want to just add engines to just the stock vehicles in the game, it's similar. You just go to Steam apps, and then go to common, find the game Car Mechanic Simulator 2021, and then it's under this data, Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 _ data. This should all look the same. And then streaming assets. If you need to come back to this, just come back. It's buried. And then it should be under cars. And these are all the cars in the game. I have some extras because I added a couple folders with some other cars. Like there's an R6 Avant. There's some RS5, another config for the RS5. But it should be in here. Same thing. You click on, whatever one you want. Say there's some other custom configs there. Dodge Charger. And then like this one only has one. There's one configuration. That means that you're only going to find this configuration in the game. Like if you find it in the auction yard or whatever. And then this is what that config file looks like. And then I'll cut back and I'll explain where to find this engine swap option and what to add there. But yeah, that's the video. I wanted to show you this RS5. Like I said, 4,200 horsepower, just insane. Would love to see your builds if you guys have any. First video. I may put out more videos. I'm excited for 2026. The Car Mechanic Simulator 2026. I'm hoping that they can build upon what they have here and expand on it. And it looks like they have a co-op mode, which is exciting. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to see your builds. See if has anybody beat these times. Have you guys seen anything sub 7 second in the quarter, sub 5 second in the eighth, anything like that? Because I haven't. So hope you enjoyed the video. Love you guys, appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.